What's good, Eagles fans? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on your dose and chalk it up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. If you guys are new to my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you guys have been loyal to the channel, loyal to the soil from the very beginning, you already know where my heart is, and you know how we get down here at Chalk It Up. But without further ado, let's hop right into the content. I want to take some time to talk about Landon Dickerson. Now, Landon Dickerson, he's the center we drafted out of Alabama in the second round with a very lengthy injury history. But here's the thing. We all know if it wasn't for those injuries, he would have been a top 20, most likely a top 25, top 20 talent drafted in this past draft, in the 2021 NFL draft. But let's just go a little deeper. NFL analyst Brian Baldy Baldinger, you know, king of Baldy's breakdowns, he gave my man the seal of approval. You know, Brian Baldinger pretty much indicated that he was the best offensive lineman that he'd ever seen since Quenton Nelson. You look at him against the elite players that are now all in the NFL, and he didn't have a problem. He continues to go on and just say how he just puts guys in the dirt, and you know this guy has tremendous upside, and how the Eagles just got to steal in this draft. And I gotta admit, I'm with him on that. When you think about everything Landon Dickerson brings to the table, Landon Dickerson just has a way with his hands. He has a way with being physical with the opposition. Now, he has to find a way to remain healthy in this NFL. He has to find a way to rely more so on technique rather than his pure brute athleticism and strength, because he just was overpowering. He was just overpowering guys time and time again during his time at Alabama. Even at Florida State, he was overpowering guys, and he just dealt with injuries throughout his college career, which is unfortunate. Multiple knee injuries, ankle injuries, things of that nature. But if he can learn to stay healthy, if he can study under guys like Jason Kelce and Brandon Brooks, and most importantly, mainly Jason Kelce, because I believe Landon Dickerson was more so a future pick, because I believe Jason Kelce will retire after this year. But even some believe he's going to challenge Isaac Seumalo for that left guard spot. But I firmly believe it's going to be important for him to study under Jason Kelce so he can study that man's technique. Because let's be honest, Jason Kelce was never the most overpowering individual on the offensive line. He was always undersized his entire career and had to rely a lot more so on technique rather than his size and brute strength. Think about it like this. When you're on the offensive line, you're constantly under duress, under pressure. You're constantly trying to push weight, push heavy defensive tackles, heavy defensive linemen away from the quarterback. You're constantly trying to push them on their back heels. So I always liken offensive line work to bench pressing or lifting weights. And you know how they always say there's a right and wrong way to lift weights. When you're lifting weights, there's still technique required. There's still a lot of thought behind it. It's not just pure brute strength. So if Landon Dickerson can get close to Jason Kelce and pick his brain about how he managed to stay healthy throughout his entire career, Landon Dickerson is going to be a dynamo. He's going to be a home run pick. He's going to be a steal from this past draft. Jason Kelce has perpetually been undersized his entire career. And for some reason, he's managed to stay healthy. He's never overexerted himself, or he's never overextended himself. He's been the Iron Man for the offensive line time and time again. Hence why he made the Pro Bowl this past year, because he was a constant presence on this offensive line, and he's arguably a top 3 center in this NFL. But Landon Dickerson, his upside is so tremendous. He can play either guard spot. He can play that center spot. The dude can pretty much do anything on the offensive line, and he's just such a physically imposing figure. So I believe if he can stay healthy, if he can really exercise his intellect and learn as much as he can from Jason Kelce, learn as much as he can from guys like Brandon Brooks, guys that are doing it at the top of their craft, guys that are doing it on the highest level, then Landon Dickerson will be a home run pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I firmly believe this offensive line will be set up perfectly for the future when you think about other guys like Jack Driscoll, Nate Herbig, Jordan Mailata, Andre Dillard, if we decide to keep him on the roster as well. So I believe this offensive line is really set up perfectly for the future, and we're even set up perfectly right now, because I believe if this O-line is healthy through and through, we're top 5. But I'll leave it at that. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge us to the game. Make sure you guys go check out that Chalk It Up merch shop as well. The links are available down below in the description if you want to support the channel. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly just fly.